Welcome to the Dusty Boots podcast. My name's Shooter, and I'm here with Dylan Gossett. How you going?
It's going well, man. How are you doing?
Good, thank you, brother. Thanks for coming on for a yarn. Appreciate your time.
Dude, yeah, I'm excited to be here. So it's thank you for having me.
Being an Australian podcast, mate, it's probably you're no stranger to Australia now. You've been here a couple of times. I think you come here in January of 2024 with Noah Khan on the Stick Seasons tour. What was it like coming down under for the very first time?
Well, dude, that was my first time ever overseas as well. So I never left the country before that. So it was a big jump, but dude, it was amazing. I say a lot. It feels like a more green, more healthy and alive America, to be honest with you. It's just, it's like America with a lot more trees and nice people. So
Yeah.
uh dude, I enjoyed it. I loved it.
And did you learn a lot from Noah on that tour?
Oh, dude, a ton. I mean, him and his band were so tight. They've been together for years as well. So just seeing their stage presence, their transitions, how they build a set, and then even just how they treat people behind the setting too and behind the scenes. It's massive. So
Yeah. And then obviously you loved it that much, mate, that you decided to come back later that year in December and do your own tour, which was the Back 40 tour, I think it was.
yeah,
On that tour, you had Tyler Rodriguez, which we claim Tyler Rodriguez is one of our own here at Dusty Boots Podcast. We had her as an artist of the week when we very first started this podcast, and we've watched her grow. It would have been awesome to come back for a second time to do your own tour.
yeah, dude. I mean, it was incredible. We had it circled so early in advance, like that. We were so excited to come back to do it. So and then yeah, having Tyler was the cherry on top. She was just amazing. She crushed it, and it was such a fun tour. The guys loved it. It's just it feels like a vacation over there, man. Like it's the coolest place for us. So we
Yeah.
loved it.
And I suppose having Tyler too, she's sort of like yourself. She's growing and continued to grow. Like have someone and pick that sort of artist to tour with you. You would have loved that.
Dude, I mean, I'm trying to remember exactly how me and Tyler came into touch, but Jono, who works with Big Loud over there in Australia,
Absolute legend.
yeah, absolutely. So we met the first time over on that Noah run, and then I can't remember if I met Tyler on that run or not, but I heard of her, and I started listening to her music, and it was like instant. It's like, yeah, that's the one. She's the one. She's got to like if she wants to do it, we would love to have her. So luckily, she jumped on, and we rest is history. So
Yeah, definitely. And it was awesome to see her over. I didn't make it to any of your shows, which I was shattered about, but you did play some pretty big venues, mate. I think you've sold over 72,000 global tickets to some of your shows. That must sort of really blow you away to be able to hear that number.
it is, dude. It doesn't make sense to be honest with you. It's not like yeah, it doesn't really register in my head. But we definitely saw a lot of people played music the whole year, so it's we're very lucky to stay that busy for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then sort of over the last 2 years, including them tours over here, you've been writing in the background, and off the back of that, you're releasing your debut album, and that's Westward with 17 tracks on it. What's this mean to you, mate, to be able to actually have an album coming out?
I mean, it's as a musician, it's like what you dream of, right? Like you always want your own project, and just knowing that it's right around the corner now it's a wild feeling. You have all the kind of feelings on it. You're excited, you're proud of it, you're scared, you're nervous. It's all the things. Just throw it out in the world. So I'm stoked though. I'm so ready to get it out. It's like it's been the past 2 years I've been writing these songs, so I'm over the moon about it. I'm ready.
I think you've really stayed true to yourself as well, as a person with this album. There's stuff that on this album, there's song titles that just really fit into your life. It's just things that have happened, and you've just wrote about that exact thing in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, dude, so every single lyric on the album was written by myself. So every single song is a personal story. Like every single song means something, or it's like a story that I wanted to be told. Whether it not be personal to me, it might be someone else. So, but yeah, it's a very personal project. Like every single song has a meaning and a story. It wasn't just written for a hit. So it's
Yeah.
means a lot to me.
And like probably the other thing with it too, you've not only written all these songs, you've self-produced the whole album as well. I think that'd blow a few people away.
That kind of just fell into piece like that. It's just a process that works for me. I've been kind of like producing really my whole life, like being on my mom's computer when she was a teacher and just making my own music. I didn't know what that was producing, what it was, but yeah, man, it was me, the band, and our engineer Chris Bell, and that's all the hands on the album. So it's a very cool feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And like at 26 years old, mate, you're the same age as me. There's nothing better in life that I love seeing people have a crack from such a young age to grow up. Obviously, a lot of your stuff blew up with the song Cole over TikTok and that. You were working at F1s, which blew me away when I seen the transition from the F1, obviously, into the music. Was there a big twist in change of lifestyle in doing that, or was it just the perfect timing to do it?
I mean, dude, it was a great time to do it. It was actually like right before F1, like a few months before. So I actually saved myself quite a bit of work by leaving a little early.
Yeah.
But I learned a ton from that job, especially like connections and how to talk to people and how to build relationships. So it transitioned very nicely into music. But obviously the day-to-day changed quite a bit. I was not going in 9 to 5. I was you're kind of working like 24 hours a day, and then all of a sudden you're like off for a whole month, and it's definitely a lifestyle you got to change too. But I've enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
yeah, you get to do what I love. So
Working at the F1s, I think you were in Austin doing the F1. You were in the operations there. Did they try and get you to sing on day-to-day basis there, mate?
dude, so when all this happened, no one knew I was a singer. Like no one knew I could sing. No one knew I wrote songs, played guitar. The very first person that noticed was our mechanic named Jeremy. And I mean, I was kind of embarrassed because I thought Jeremy is like the cool guy there. He's like tattooed knuckles. Like he's like the heart. He's like, man, you can sing. And I was like, oh no. I thought they were gonna make fun of me and everything. But dude, everyone was super supportive. And I actually went back and sang the national anthem for the F1 race like months
Oh,
later.
cool.
So it was a very cool, like full circle moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I talk about pinch yourself moments in most of my interviews because there's always happens between artists and that. It's probably when you probably pinch yourself a little bit there, realising that whole F1 thing's moved out of the way now and this music career is really starting to take off.
Dude, absolutely. It was a pretty wild time for sure.
Yeah, and you played at the Grand Old Opry, a part of the CMAs, to celebrate the CMAs. That would have been crazy also.
Yeah, dude. I haven't been that nervous for a show in a long time. It's a different energy, dude. I thought
Yeah.
I'd be like it's 2 songs. I'm used to playing 2 songs all the time. So you would go out and just nail it. But dude, I was nervous for that one. It was a
Yeah.
different feeling, but it was cool.
Is that something that usually sort of bothers you too much? Do you get nervous like in any of your shows and that, or is it just sort of that big opportunity right there that you were like, shit, I'm nervous?
It was mainly that opportunity. I mean, dude, when you're playing 4 or 5 nights a week, you just get that energy. You go on stage and like you know the guys are ready. It's like you just feel like a well-oiled machine and you have all the practice in the world. So when you're in a rhythm, it's more of excitement rather than nerves. But then you get to the Grand Ole Opry and everything goes out the window and it's like, this is a different stage. So it definitely changes.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I think it's on record. You sort of said that since you were a kid, you always wanted to be a musician. Do you remember sort of growing up? Was there instruments that you learnt that like, did you sort of fall into the country music? Was that sort of a passion in the family, or was there another direction of music it could have went?
Dude, no, I mean, I grew up on country music. I grew up on classic rock, like the Eagles and Boston, and then you have like yeah, Jimmy Buffett, Alan Jackson, Vince Gill, like everybody like that. So my parents curated a very amazing, well-rounded playlist that my brother and I always used to listen to. But man, I also got into a lot of like alternative music, like when I was in high school, and which also helped, I think, shape a lot of like riffs and melodies. So it kind of a mixture of everything.
What was the first instrument you actually learnt?
It was guitar. Well, I
Guitar.
guess like I had to learn how to play the recorder, which is like this flute thing in elementary school, but I don't think that counts. So I'd probably say, yeah, guitar for sure.
Yeah, nice. And what sort of, obviously, like that was a goal as a kid, and then you've sort of come around full circle into that now. Is there other goals that you sort of got set now that you're really into that musician stage? You've been over to Australia. Is there a real bucket list that's getting created now?
Yeah, I mean, dude, obviously the goal was always to be a musician. That was like the dream. I never really knew a way in, or like I just didn't think it was ever going to happen. So now that we're doing it, like, dude, just being able to be a creator every day and do what I love, like it's a blessing. So I don't take it for granted, and yeah, just try to keep music rolling out for sure.
Yeah, and I suppose you say with your way into TikTok's been a way that a lot of artists have blown up. We've seen people like Cooper Allen and that have blown up overnight. You got to experience this, mate, with your song Cole. Obviously, TikTok's a whole new generation. I feel like if you spoke to older people, they'd just laugh about it. But it is a new way to get into the country music scene. That song Cole blew up overnight. It's platinum in Australia, two-time platinum in Canada, two-time platinum in Ireland. It's just blowing up everywhere still to this day. When that all sort of happened, do you remember that?
Oh yeah, man. It it was a pretty wild time. Like I posted the video. It was doing really well. I went to sleep, woke up, had like a million views, and I was blown away. My kind of like since that day, my life has kind of changed. Of like random people hitting me up. It was just a wild time. Like you can't even really explain it unless it happens, and it's like it felt like a blur for a few months before I got on my
Yeah.
feet. So yeah.
It really, really probably put you on the map for a lot of people. I'm sure you would have had plenty of times where there was, you probably would have been doing little gigs, but as soon as that happened, inboxes, as you say, blow up, and everyone wants you to play now and then.
Yeah, and then it's kind of already like as soon as that one goes, you have a week, and it's like, all right, what's the next one?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
so
yeah.
on.
And I
Gotta
think
deliver another.
it's one of them things people talk about getting that very first number one on the chart. And then when they get it,
Yeah.
it's really exciting. As you probably just said, in a blur, everything's going on, and then all of a sudden you're like, "How do I do it again? What's the next one? How can I get it to happen?"
I'm going. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hopefully over this new album release, mate, you might find a few of them that might really, really blow up.
Yeah, dude. We're you never know. I'm just proud of it, and I'm ready to get it out there.
Yep. And traveling, you do love your traveling.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, dude, going around the world and playing shows, like it's crazy. We're lucky to do it.
And as we said, you've been to Australia a few times, mate, and hopefully we can see you back here very soon.
Absolutely, dude. We'll be back.
We'll happily have you back.
We're excited to be back. So it'll be a good time.
Thanks, mate. And we'll chat to you again soon. Hopefully when you're over in Australia, we can catch up for a beer and listen to some of them tunes.
Absolutely. Well, dude, thanks, Liam.
Appreciate your time, mate.
Hi, brother.